Yo, man, how you doing today?
Doing all right.
Good,
Um,
good.
yeah, I'm out on East Coast time zone, New
Bad.
York. Yeah,
Okay,
so
so we're right across the water from each other then.
out here in Jersey.
Yeah, I'm from right in Jersey, bro.
Oh, nice.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's like the first person I've like done a spaces with or like a podcast with where we're like on the same time zone. That's perfect.
Nice.
Lit, it's lit, man. It's lit. How's your weekend? What you had going on?
Yeah, I've just been working on like Shikigai stuff. It's been like, I mean, like we're gearing up for like a launch mid-September, so it's
Okay.
been stop. Like I have so many DMs, like with like labs or like
Uh,
prepping on the mint side of things. Like it's just like a lot going on. And AMAs, like this is my third one in a row. Like, like,
Yo, like since when? Since when? Like since you guys started working on the second release or?
no, we haven't even minted yet.
Oh, y'all haven't minted yet, period? Oh, I thought you said you were coming up. My bad, my bad. So, damn, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Third.
yeah. So I mean, we've been around for a while. Like a lot of people get like give me that like, oh, like
Yeah.
second collection, like this or that, because we've been. I mean, we've launched our Discord, Twitter in February.
Mhm.
Like that was like a decade ago. Like
Yeah, yeah, for real. In Web3, that shit was long. Like, this shit was stupid long ago.
yeah,
Wow, man. Well, yo, it's exciting to hear that you guys are like about to get the ball rolling. Like these
yeah.
AMAs about to keep coming at you, man, like crazy.
No, I know, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's
Yeah, so yeah, welcome to Skaterbirds radio episode. I think it's four. I think we got four going on right now. Yeah, we just started at the end of last month with the podcast, so it's been really good. Yeah, man. So tell me a little bit about like yourself. Like what's Shikigai about? Like what's the rundown with it? Like
yeah, for sure.
mhm.
Yeah, so a little bit about myself first. My name is Airix. I'm one of the founders of Shikigai. I am a doctor by day, and I have also led a creative brand agency in the past. I'm also a choreographer, so I've directed concerts for like with BTS, the K-pop group.
Ooh.
So I had like a varied amount of experiences. And this speaks true to everyone on my team. We have a team of 11, where three devs come from Apple, Meta, Google, but they also are choreographers themselves. And JA1, he's our creative director. He works in LA as a freelance cinematographer, focused on like freelance work, but he's a director of photography. He did stuff for 88 Rising, PacSun, McDonald's. So yeah, a very well-rounded team. Everything we do is in-house. We don't outsource anything. So anything you see, whether it's the white paper versus the website versus the art, it's 100% in-house. So this reflects back into our reflection, our inspiration in terms of like Shikigai and why we wanted to do it and stuff. And it had to do with us being like creatives. And we felt really confined to like these societal constructs, like you gotta go to high school, you gotta go to college, you gotta go have a professional career. And this model really alienated people like us who were very creative and wanted to do something more with our creative expression. So with Web3, we saw an opportunity to really kind of like disrupt this, like for the future generations. So with Shikigai, we're a Web3 IP with a mission to bridge, educate, and onboard Web2 onto Web3 through immersive storytelling, culture, and digital identity. So yeah, so Shikigai, the name itself, like Shi meaning death and Ikigai meaning a reason for being, like that
Mhm.
in itself is a summary of everything I just said, the necessity for the death of monotony and conformity to find your true identity. And that's our overall vision and our story that we're speaking.
Wow, that's fire. I remember I was going through like the white paper a little bit earlier, and it looks like you guys are very passionate about just kind of like, making sure and letting people know that like, hey, like there isn't any shame to like going like not going the secular, like the traditional secular or like, financial route because, me personally, that resonates with me because I was in a certain living situation where like some people that was really close to me, that some elders, and I didn't graduate college, but I do music, like I rap and like I do like visual art and stuff like that. And I remember the day I like kind of decided to finish school, like finish doing school, like drop out of college, and I told my uncle, I was like, oh, like I'm about to like maybe do this little boot camp or whatever and this and that, and try like this developers boot camp, yada yada. He's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I always remember this for the rest of my life. Still love him, but I always remember this for the rest of my life. He was like, nobody, that's good and all that you want to do that, but nobody's gonna respect you unless you have a degree. So, like when we are like, under this that gets screwed and drilled into your head. Like when you're under this
Exactly.
perception, like that, you can't go anywhere in life without a piece of paper, bro. It's like it holds you back from like your true potential. Like it makes you don't even look at your potential. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah, and
shit is difficult.
that's exactly like I mean like I think like fortunately like for me, like I've been able to like I'm a dancer, so I've been dancing for like 15 plus years,
Hmm.
but I still had like there was no way where I was like, hey, like I'm gonna just do dance like full time,
Yeah.
like it was always like what are its like societal pressures versus like um yeah, like just like expectations and whatnot, it really made it difficult for like to fully pursue something like that, right?
Hmm.
Even though I've gotten lucky and gotten like some opportunities to be able to do some things, but for the most part, like it's tough, like for people like in general to even get started, like in the Web 2 space, like and I'm sure you notice like through music and rapping, like there's a lot of like unless you're like successful, like you make it off big somehow, there's really a lack of like accessibility, a lack of discoverability, and a lack of funding for you to build and pursue these dreams, right?
Facts.
So, I mean, that's something that we hold really true to us, and yeah,
Yeah, I actually value it and I appreciate like that you guys are like focusing on the discoverability part. That's really dope. Yo, so you've been doing like dancing for like 15 years?
yeah,
Word. So like, yo, it's crazy. So I grew up like wanting to do the same thing. Like I remember being in like my freshman year of high school, middle school, I used to watch ABDC a lot. Like that was my
uh,
show. That was
yeah,
my show, OD. And I remember I was like, yo, like I was asking friends, I'm like, yo, like let's get a dance crew going. Like I know how to like, you know what I'm saying? I was always that guy. I was like dancing, busting moves, everything. Like, I really like dug into it, like the whole pop locking scene, crunk scene, like every type of dance. And then like every type of dance and like with Jersey, like New Jersey's got their own like Jersey club dances
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
So like incorporating like, a lot of East Coast styles in my dances and everything. And I was just like,
Yeah.
yo, we gotta do something. We gotta do a group or whatever. And it's crazy how like bright, like I like when you're super young sometimes, like especially for like millennials, like even when millennials were like super young, they weren't thinking about secular work. Like as a kid, you're dreaming, man. You're dreaming as a kid, and then like when you get to like your teens, late teens, it's like it's like the out of work, and I don't believe it's maliciously, but like old people are just like stop dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Like you stop
Yeah.
dreaming like this is your quote unquote reality, and it's not reality if you don't put your mind to something that you want to do. But it's a reality that you got to get paperwork that says you're certified to do A, B, C, D. So you stop
But
dreaming, and then when you get old enough past that, or which you either reach what you did, or if you don't reach what you went to school for, you're just like, well, shit. Like I wish I kept dreaming. Like I wish I kept doing what I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish I kept like pursuing my dreams and shit. So it's like, man, like, what type of dance you do?
core, I mean, same as you, hip hop, urban, but I mean, we don't. It's just choreography now. That's what I
Okay,
call it.
bet, bet, bet.
Yeah. Real quick question. You know Rob Bynes?
Rob Bynes, nah.
Okay. He's in the choreography scene, but he really pushed that Jersey movement like globally.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
I never heard of Rob Bynes. Yeah, I'm like, I like know like, I know like, like DJ Frosty, like all these New Jersey,
I like
like
the
East
music.
Star. Yeah, like, well, the thing is, these people, like the DJs in the Jersey scene, the DJs were the ones that were creating the dances.
I see.
So
Yeah.
like you got somebody that's like, oh, do the sexy walk. You got like, yeah, like you got the sexy walk. You got like all
Yeah.
types of
Yeah.
like, getting like you got all types of dances. So
Yeah.
it's like they would DJ and then they would come out with a little video showing you how to do the dance, and then everybody was doing the dances at parties and everything. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Light feet is like that too,
Mm.
right? Like
What's his name
where
again?
uh no, I'm saying light feet, like the
Oh,
style.
Light Feet, Light Feet, Light Feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
like in New York. But yeah, no, that's cool. This is
Yeah,
like
man.
the first time I got to talk about dance on a stage in the Web3. But like what you're feeling, like in terms of like how like the story like kind of resonates with you is honestly like a lot of people in the Web3 space, you know? Like why
Mhm.
else are they in this space if they're not trying to look at something outside of what they're doing on day to day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think, yeah, I think this is definitely something that I mean, like for us, like when we were thinking about like this project, not only did we want it to be something that held true to us, but something that would speak for like that would speak to everyone else as well, like for the greater population of the Web3 space.
Hmm. Well, yeah, that's facts. I'm interested. One thing that really caught me like was so you're a doctor. Like, what's so how'd you
Yeah.
what's your doctor life like what's your medical life like?
So I'm a radiologist.
Okay, I need
So
to go to you like I got an appointment with your people like next week actually for real. I got to get some my abdomen checked out.
So yeah, I mean, I just look at X-rays and CTs, MRs. Like I'm in front of a computer all day, so
Mm,
I mean, it's pretty easy to be able to balance because I mean, I'm in front of a computer the whole
mm.
time. So I just have my laptop on the side, and then I got my screens on the other side doing my work. So I mean, it's not that hard in my opinion.
Okay. Word. How long you been doing radiology and like well, how long have you been doing like medical stuff?
Yeah, just like a few years.
Okay, bet. Bet that's what's up. So you guys are a team of 11. Like how does 11 people come up to like is this like including like, like the mods and like all the other people or just like a team in like the back putting in
No,
that real grind work like
yeah, no, we're just like a team of 11 of people that do not include the community managers and stuff like that.
mm. So
Yeah, it's just
how did that come like together? Like how does like
yeah,
managing that come together?
yeah. I mean, like dance was something that connected a lot of us,
Mm,
and I've worked on like I did started a brand agency, so I mean there were people from that as well. So we brought in people that we felt like could fit in different roles. Like we have 3 developers, we have a creative director, we have someone focused on writing the story or like building the story out. Someone focused on like graphic design. Another person, or like we have 3 artists. Yeah, so I mean, we just have like a lot of people to fill in like specific roles because we know they're good at these like specific things. Um,
mm,
so like I mean, I still wear a ton of caps, but
mm.
without like this team, like we wouldn't be able to build like a lot of what we're building. And like
Yeah.
for like a lot of projects, I would say, like you rarely find a team that makes everything. Like we make everything from scratch, basically, right? Like everything you see comes from us.
Mm,
Uh, us 11, right? So like it's really tough. I mean, like if we outsource things, like that would be cool, I guess. Like I have nothing against that, but
mm.
like because we chose not to, we didn't want that overhead, and we wanted it to be true to us. It
Right.
definitely is like even though we have 11, like it's a shit ton of work.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's what I was gonna ask. Was like, do you feel like some of it, like does having 11 people help you kind of like to balance your life a little bit because you're working in real life and like, you're getting like me. I quit like because I used to drive for FedEx for 5 years, so I used to just like all my morning till like the midday was dedicated to this, and I come home and be pooped like. But now like working in the space full time, I couldn't see like myself personally doing like being able to balance both. So like, how do you find like time for yourself or anything in between? Like, how do you operate? like,
I mean, I think for me, like it's something that I've been doing, like
mm,
all my life.
mm,
Um, especially with dance, like I didn't dance as a hobby. I danced as like basically like a career. Like I was dancing like
yeah,
40 hours a
goal.
week, you
Mm,
know? Like I was training, like I was teaching, like I was like going full on, right? But I also had like medical school and stuff like that. And that
yeah.
was like a whole day, like 6 to 6. And then after that, like focusing on like the arts and stuff. So I mean I always had like that kind of like dual lifestyle. I don't
Mm,
sleep very much. You know, like I sleep like 2 to 3 hours a night. But I mean,
Dang.
when I'm passionate about something, you know, like you just kind of go for it.
Right.
And also like my inspiration is Kobe. So
Mm.
like that like mentality, you know, like that drive,
That Mamba mentality, that drive, that yeah.
yeah, is something that like I instill into like everything I'm doing. So yeah.
I respect that a lot. That hunger is like necessary sometimes. Like, you know, it's very rare like you come across somebody or you or where like we happen to be that person that just has the key to like everything and like getting it, whether it's like talent wise, like idea wise, like it's very rare. Like we, you know, a lot of the things that you know, we are, and that's another thing about that's a little bit challenging too and like discouraging about kind of like going away from the secular life is that like, you know, people do like when we look at like professionals in like the creative world, like they seem like a lot of them can be like natural talents, but most of them put in hella work, bro. Like hella work to get to where they're at.
For sure. I mean, like even the people who are that seem naturally talented or seem like they're like super young and they're really good, like
Hmm.
they even them they put in like hella work, you know? Like
Hmm.
you know, like this dancer, like she made it like really big when she was like 16 or 17, but I
Hmm.
knew her since she was like 8 and she would take like every single class like at the studio I was at like every day
Yeah.
like she just started at an early age, but she put in those that 100K hours, you know, like
Dang.
early on. And that's like I mean like, you know, like even if it's like natural, like you still like to get to that level, you know, like you got to put in that work.
Yeah, you got to, man. Like to be like, yeah, because yeah, you got to. Because and it's weird because like creative world is all about like standing about. Like if you're not gonna put in that work, like somebody else is. So the creative world is all about like, you know, making sure that you continue to stand out sometimes when you want to like at least get your face out there in the beginning. Like it's a little it's a challenge, but damn man, like
You're
people, yo, it takes some hustle for real.
you're in the music industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that's tough. That's super tough too.
Yeah, it's for me like personally like rapping is just like rapping is something I really wanted to do for a minute, but I've been discouraged like throughout my life sometimes, and like I always knew like I like what I can do and like what I want to do is gonna like do good, I think. But I feel like you know the challenge that comes from rapping is just like trying to like stay true to yourself while staying unique, you know, because I feel
Yeah.
like labels like you know labels look for certain things that know that are gonna make them money.
Yep.
So well, yeah, exactly. So when something's popping at the moment, it's like it's hard to kind of like you know like and when you really don't want to like sacrifice your morals and be like you know what, I'm gonna go do what they doing, like it's kind of hard to. So you gotta just like try to find your own lane and like and while also standing out. It's a challenge, man. It
Yeah,
really is a challenge.
that's exactly what I'm saying though, you know, like this motto has gatekeepers at the helm, deciding if
Mhm.
your creative expression is valuable enough.
Facts, facts. I
Like,
get,
and,
dang, yo, that's facts. That's super facts.
and that's what it is, you know, like for a create and it's not just like music industry, it's like dance, like fine
Hmm.
art, graphic design. Like there's always like someone at the top or like someone that has more opportunity than you deciding what are your valued, you know? Um,
Yeah, and that sucks because like art is totally subjective, and like throughout environmental development, like we're told like what quality is by like a small sect of people. So
yep.
it's kind of that sucks, man. That sucks. But I feel like you know the space and the direction that we're going into, which is like is very much so like helping towards making that not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
what I'm interested in though is we're like reading the white paper, right, or the Medium article right now, and kind of just in going back to what you said a little bit earlier, was talking about the one thing that definitely stuck with me was the discoverability. Does Shikigai have any plans to kind of like help entrepreneurs in the Web3 space with their discoverability, or like whether it's like pointing them in the right direction or providing them a utility that helps them with that? Like, uh, does that have any like plan for that?
So I think it's twofold. One side of it is who we're working with on the Web 2 side, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, or a target audience for the Web 2 side, or a target influencers, I guess, are small cap musicians and dancers and like the small cap group of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't like, we're not targeting like 100K, 200K likes or whatever, you know? But because we want to be able to provide a platform for them to have discoverability, right? So that's I mean we've onboarded a few like rappers and producers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the music on our website, you know, like whenever you go onto our website, I want to say like maybe like 5 out of 6 of them. I think we have a Drake song on there. But like 5 out of 6 of them, the other five are just all like indie artists, like that have
Gotcha.
like not like crazy followings or anything, you know. But like one of them has like less than like 1,000 followers, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it's like people like that where you go on to the website and we always get asked like, oh, like who are your artists? Like they're so good. Like, do they have a
Hey guys, sorry about that. So we had a little audio issue on my end, so both of our voices ended up getting cut out. But me and Airix continued to just basically just chop it up about just like the project and just like purpose behind it. And man, bro, like they got some good stuff. Like they got some really good stuff going on for them. So we went into talking about like just some key things and key benefits for just like the holders in the project and some interesting things about how the like the metadata would transform and stuff like that. Um, so he went to like explain and go on to talk about how there would be like 3 factions in the Shikigai universe. So the Shikigai universe basically has 3 factions. One is Ichiro, Jiro, and Saburo, and they'll be splitting during mint, which is like pretty unique. Like you get to mint and choose which faction you want to be a part of, which is really dope. And we talked about how basically the collection is just going to have like mod kits. So the mod kits he was saying are basically like trait customization. So you kind of get it dropped to you, then you get a little mod kit dropped to you. Something will always be rare, and you get to change the metadata of your PFP of your Shikigai, and that's like really dope. They're basically having they're partnering with people who are in the Web 2, like fashion industry and stuff like that, to bring out inspiration and help. And I think that's fire. They're gonna be having like seasonal drops for that as well. They're having a utility token. It's called SKG. So I think that stands for Shikigai. But it's gonna be a passive generation. You're gonna be able to buy things on their marketplace. And it's gonna be fire as well. I think like what they have set up is great, and I think the vision behind it is really good. I enjoyed how me and Airix like earlier were just talking about how just like discoverability in the space. Like as you see, he just mentioned that like, you know, some of the people that contribute to the music on the site were like, you know, they didn't have huge followings, like. And that's important, man. Like, there's so many people that are just like talented, man. Like the follower count doesn't like say, you know, how capable somebody is, you know. So I think like I really respect the vision around like giving people who are talented like an opportunity, you know, to become discoverable like that. And that's something that really makes me look forward to this project. Like that's super dope. So yeah, we talked about that. We talked about basically like IRL like events, like, you know, streetwear, like fashion and stuff like that, how they're gonna incorporate that into like, the Shikigai, like, universe and benefits for the holders. And I think that's like, I think that's such a key thing. Like, I know, like, we hear projects like, oh shit, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Damn it. All right. Excuse me. But I know we talk about like, oh, merch this, merch that, but I think for somebody with like that has like a team with an entire background of just dance and like everything like that, like that is like dance and streetwear and fashion, like, bro, that's all a part of that, man. Like, it's like showing up to like a dance session or like a dance battle or whatever. It's all about like just showing how fresh you are too, like, you know what I'm saying, like how fresh you are and like how you carry yourself, and also how fresh you are and just like, your style, your wear. And yeah, man, I think this is such a comprehensive like project, and it's like the way everything seems to be like falling in places is fire. Like so the one of the visual, like the guy who's like working on the art, the visual dev, they are actually going to be working on a manga for the show too, and that's gonna be, I can already see that's gonna be fire. I asked Airix earlier, not earlier, but like after the volume cut off, I was just like, yo, like, are we gonna be able to see like a like, one of the Shikigai, like our characters, like, are they gonna be dance battling everybody, like somebody, like what they gonna do? And he basically kind of like a maybe, but kind of I don't know answer. But yeah, man, it was it's nuts. I think they've been cooking for a while. They've been cooking since like February. So I think like all the work that they have put into it and time is definitely going to pay off, man. Like Dave, he also mentioned just like now being like kind of a project that had some hype back then. And kind of just trying to revive the hype now. It's a difficult task because, Web3 moves so quick, and like people, it's a cold-blooded space, man. Like people's direction and attention just kind of like diverts like real quick if something like else pops up. So it's kind of hard having to compete with that. And I totally get it. I think the project will ultimately do well. It's like a great setup. And yeah, it should definitely be, everybody should definitely give it a check, give it a look. But yeah, man, we kind of chopped it up, and it was kind of like more of a quicker like podcast than usual. Cause we kind of like covered everything, and it was really dope. Airix is a great conversationalist. So, and I definitely go ahead and give like Shikigai a follow. It's twitter.com/Shikigai, SHIKIGAI_NFT. And yeah, just give them a follow, like see what they got going on. The art is like really dope, like anime styled art, and they got a lot going on. Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna catch y'all later, man, for sure. What we do have is, hold up, oh crap. If you go to their Discord, you can find a personality quiz that they have. Like before you like enter the Discord, they make you take a personality quiz, and it actually puts you in one of the factions. I think I got like Saburo. It was really dope. Like they ask you all types of stuff, like what would be your dream job, like what would you do on the weekends, like stuff like that, to kind of just like see, I guess, how you fit into their lore and stuff like that. I think that's dope. I think like all the, like, they're really out here focused on like making things interactive and really just making the users like a part of their universe, and I think that's dope. That's really cool. So yeah, make sure you just go check them out. The collection size is about 8,190 with over 750 plus traits. So I think that's you got a lot to work with. But the mint date is going to be soon to be announced. So make sure you just go ahead, join their Discord, and just check them out. Stick around, say what's up, do the personality test. And yeah, man, there's a lot of good to come, but they should be coming out soon, I think. But yeah, man, go check them out. This is going to be it for the podcast. Much love to y'all. Peace. Peace.